Welcome into Body and Soul. HQ, you are here in the flesh, in the beautiful flesh.
I am honestly so excited to be here. Just thinking about the previous podcast we've been doing over COVID and how I feel I know you so well, but yet I've seen you for the first time.
Isn't it weird when you meet someone for the first time when you've spoken to them on Zoom for years?
Honestly, I feel like it's like a whole new person. It's a whole new experience because you see them 3D, their height, their vibe, their smell, just the whole, it's an interesting kind of concept and it's the way it should be.
Absolutely. I much prefer recording these in person. And today you are here to talk to us about, well, food as medicine. I love this whole idea, just eating, not just eating for health, but eating to ward off disease. You're going to talk us to 10 foods to include every week in our diet. Kick off. Okay. What's the first one?
Look, honestly, my top 10 foods that we just need to find a space for. And I always say to people, look at this over the course of 7 days. I always look at food programming in a 7-day cycle. So just making sure you're getting something like fatty fish in there 2 to 3 times a week. It is that omega-3. There is so much evidence behind omega-3, especially as it can link to our brain health. It lowers what we call beta amyloid, which is plaque that builds up in our brain that leads to things like dementia. It's also excellent for our cardiovascular health. So great for hair. So a big fan of that. Looking for fish specifically more like, cod, tuna, salmon, like less mercury. Yeah. That's one of my top favourites. Blueberries. Now, there is a lot of research to show.
I love blueberries.
We're blueberry ambassadors.
We've talked about this before.
In our dreams. Yes. Any blueberry companies, Felicity and I want to be your brand ambassadors.
But I'm happy to say that they have coming down in price.
Yes, they have.
Since we last talked about it.
They are now, I think there was a punnet yesterday or the day before for $2.70. So I specifically have them daily because I know of the potent antioxidant support. Research shows that you only really need to be having 2 to 3 serves a week. A serve would be roughly half a cup to actually get the medicinal properties from them. They're great for, it is primarily the antioxidants. It is just going to support stop that cellular damage, which is basically we want for healthy aging, brain function, skin, everything. So I think they're the
How many do you have a day? Do you have a cup a day?
I have a punnet a day.
A punnet a day?
A punnet a day, yeah. And I inhale them. So, I will buy them in lots of 2 and 3 and strawberries too, but mainly blueberries because it's that purple antioxidant
But
support.
when you think about it, you buy a coffee for $4 or $5.
I know.
And you don't even blink, but why do I blink when a punnet of blueberries is $5?
Why is
it's better
that?
for my health.
Why is that? I know people do that. It's those comparisons. People do that with so many different things though. Anyway, I could go off on a tangent and I won't now. Of course, our leafy greens. Look, I think definitely finding leafy greens at least a cup a day. I know people struggle with that. There's lots of ways you can incorporate them in stir fries, not just in salads. You can put them in omelettes. It's all of that magnesium, the folate, the vitamin K, the vitamin A, the vitamin C. They are a superfood. I'm talking about all types of leafies, just something like vitamin K that's really important for our brain health. 1 cup of broccoli will give you 100% of your recommended daily intake of vitamin K, but as well folate, which is really important for our neurological system. Whole grains. I think people forget whole grains, especially in a world where carbs are the demon. Carbs are not the demon. They're one of our macros. We've discussed this. We need carbs. Just things like, oats. Oats are important parts. So they've got that low glycemic index, good slow release of energy, keep you full, keep you regular, lower your cholesterol. I mean, you're just winning having oats. You only need half a cup as a serving size, and that's half a cup cooked to get those benefits. Brown rice, the B vitamins, and always looking for the whole grain. We want everything, all the health benefits, which includes the fibre, so nothing refined. Sweet potato. This is a staple in my family. We absolutely love sweet potato. It is vitamin A, which is so good for vision and immune system. It's also got the fibre and it is completely versatile and absolutely delicious.
How do you cook it? What's a favourite with your family?
My kids love it as chips. I like it baked. I will bake it and then I'll put pumpkin seeds and goat cheese over it. I do things like that with it. As mash, we do it as mash. I make it into pancakes. I'll put it into muffins.
Oh, pancakes.
Oh, sweet potato pancakes, sweet potato toast. The other day.
When can I come over to your house?
Anytime.
And bring my whole family.
Anytime. But an easy one to do with it is you just get the whole sweet potato, throw it in the oven for 40 minutes. Like just make a few pricks with a skewer just to let some steam out. Open it up 40 minutes later and put whatever you want in there, and there's a complete meal there. So you could mix together anything, any kind of proteins and vegetables and put it in there. Cheese on top, under the grill, something delicious. Avocado, heart healthy. I mean, there's just so much research, especially when it comes to our heart health. Just if you have like a quarter to half an avocado at least 2 to 3 times a week, you will lower your risk of cardiovascular disease by 21%. Quarter a day is all we need. They are high in calories, so you have to kind of, if you don't want to have too much of anything, it's not great, but just in moderation. Nuts, 30 grams a day, have to have that cupped handful, or I say to my patients, 3 flat fingers, and that's how much you need.
Oh, that's a good measure.
Yeah, because we are all different shapes and sizes, so we need to be making sure we're getting a serving of nuts. It's the magnesium, it's the vitamin E, the antioxidant support, the fibre, it's the plant-based proteins, and they're delicious. All different types and selenium, thyroid, I could go on and on and on. Fruit in general, people forget. I find this fascinating. People just don't get enough fruit. 2 serves a day is all you need. I'm obsessed with oranges.
That's actually not many when you think about it.
It's not.
Didn't I read the other day that only 6%, was it 6 or 9% of Australians get the recommended amount of fruit and veggies every day?
Absolutely. No, it's horrific.
So 1 in 10.
Yeah, it's actually horrific. Like, that scares me. That's I shout it from the rooftops when I see patients. I'm like, you guys need to be making sure you're getting enough fruit, just 2 pieces, dark chocolate. You just do 2 squares. Antioxidants, helps with blood circulation. And my last one that I really want to focus on is chia seeds. I think they are a superfood. Really, really high in calcium, omega-3, completely delicious. They keep you full, keep you regular. I could go on about chia.
Actually, I am a big advocate of chia seeds, and I will just sprinkle a few on my breakfast.
Yep. Over salad.
And I never used to have them. And since I've had them, I am regular as ever.
Yes.
Not that everyone wants to hear that, sorry, listeners. But
no, it's so important.
It's just a sneaky little thing you can add to your diet. And then I call them magic sprinkles for my kids.
Yes.
And put them on their cereal. And they're so easy. You just pull them out with your cereal, your breakfast, sprinkle them on or over salad or whatever it may be.
Yeah, they're my favourite. So they're things that we should be finding a spot for every week in our diet.
I like it. Sarah, thank you for coming on Healthy-ish.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, how great is Sarah? And it was so nice to have her in person in the studio. I don't know, just to let you in on a little secret, I find interviews just flow so much better when I have people in the studio versus when we do them via Zoom. So we do our best to get everyone in the studio, but sometimes it just doesn't work. Anyway, Sarah's book is called The 10 by 10 Kickstart, and it is out now. If you want more from us, plenty of other episodes of Healthy-ish or Extra Healthy-ish. I will leave links to Sarah's other eps on Healthy-ish in the show notes. If you need any more info, we are across social media, bodyandsoul.com.au. You can also rate, review and subscribe to this podcast. And until tomorrow, well, get those foods into you and stay healthy-ish.